Good evening, this is Debbie Davis. It is October 31st. So it is Halloween. Okay, I don't celebrate Halloween anymore, especially when what I know about the what they really do, what the witches really do this, on this particular day. This is when they do their sacrifices on their altars. And I didn't know this when I was younger. Of course I didn't know this, but I no longer participate in this. It's a satanic holiday, so it doesn't mean anything to me. I've actually had the people around here, I've actually had in 2 years in a row, I've had so that there were some bunnies that sometimes run around here, and 2 years in a row they sacrifice these bunnies. I would go for walks around certain areas that I go for walks, and there were some bunnies that were always jumping around here, and I saw just the heads cut off when I was on my walk. That happened two Halloweens in a row. So I took pictures of it, and I love animals, so it's not there's nothing cool about being a witch. I don't know why some people think it's cool, and why some people think it's okay. Wicca and witches, they sacrifice animals and humans on these on these pagan holidays. So they sacrifice these bunnies around here. Of course I don't know who it is. It's obviously some Satanist that lives around here. It was like a threat. I used to have a bunny when I was younger, two bunnies. I had like several bunnies, so maybe it was like a personal threat to me, because they know I like bunnies. I like animals, but yeah, so two Halloweens in a row that happened, where it was two different bunnies, obviously, but when I was going on my walks with my dog, there was the heads of the bunny on just like it had been just completely severed off, like not eaten by an animal or anything. It had been like sacrificed and severed off. So these people are sick, these Satanists, and that's that's why I expose them, because I think they're disgusting, and I don't think it's, and like I have, there's some people that kind of take lightly the whole witchcraft thing and the whole Harry Potter thing, like it's not as big of a deal as it is. But when you have witchcraft in your family, like I have people that are involved in that in my family, and they've done witchcraft against me, black magic, and it's almost killed me, then it's really not funny to people like us. That's why I wear this right here. It's supposed to be a symbol against witchcraft. It's a symbol against Lilith, who was the highest witch. She was the very first witch. And that's why I wear this, because I've had so much witchcraft against me in my life. And so there's nothing funny about this holiday for me when you've been such an extreme victim of witchcraft in your life. Okay, so, I'm sure, I know I'm not the only one that's been involved in, people being targeted by witches. There's a lot of men that have been targeted by witches, been married to witches, and they didn't know they were witches, and they're still having problems. Like they put spells right in your food. They'll act like they'll make you a nice dinner, but then they'll put witchcraft on the food, and so you think you're eating a nice meal, but it's blessed by their gods, and so they have like weird health issues down the road when they're married to witches. I've seen this in men, and there's another story too, just to let you know. They can put it like they can put witchcraft on a product. So there was a story years ago with this company called Young Living, where it was Young Living essential oils, and they're really beautiful oils. And essentially, they smell amazing, and they were, really high quality essential oils, but it started getting infiltrated by these witches, this company. I don't remember who started it originally, but instead of healing people, people started getting sick by taking the oils, because you could take it internally or externally, like they had, you know, amazing oils for a lot of different things. But they got infiltrated by these witches, and they were doing spells on all of these oils. Okay, and then they were, so you think you're buying a product that's going to help you, and then it was actually making people sick, and they were getting like mental illness, like I mean, just bizarre stuff, like so that's what it turned out to be, is my understanding. I don't know if it's still going on, but they found out that some people, I guess, working there were witches, and they were putting spells on all the products, you know. So you have to be really careful. I mean, this is not any kind of joke, this holiday. They could put witchcraft in some of this, you know, these in tobacco products and cannabis products. You know, they could have witchcraft on any of that stuff, in any of the food, any of your food products. If there's witches working there, they could put witchcraft on the food, and it's not a joke. It can really make you sick. It is witchcraft, and it can cause mental and physical illnesses, and it can kill you. Black magic can kill you. Why do you think all these people are getting in trouble, and that have been a part of these satanic rituals and this Hollywood stuff or whatever? Because they go to New Orleans, and they go to Haiti, and they get these special witchcraft stuff, and it can kill people. It's not a joke. It's high level magic, and it's real. So anyway, so I wanted to talk about some things today, some more. So another thing that happened to me involving the police and the CIA. Okay, so if you don't know, so this is something I'm just learning myself. The people that are doing at the highest levels of all of these horrible things that are happening in our country, all of these bridge disasters, these, you know, infrastructure disasters, these train disasters, these all over the world, it's always the intelligence agencies. Okay, so at the highest level, you know, it does involve, Debbie Tavares has talked about this, it does involve the Air Force, it does involve DARPA and the CIA. And but there's not just, CIA is not the only intelligence agency. There's like the Five Eyes intelligence agencies, and, you know, and then I'm learning that there's like intelligence agencies in many other countries that I really didn't know about. Of course, there's the MI6, and then there's apparently an intelligence agency right in Mexico that I didn't know about. There's one in Pakistan, and of course there's one in the Mossad is an intelligence agency in Israel. Okay, so those are, I mean, at the highest levels are, that's doing the most damage under this whole New World Order agenda are the intelligence agencies. Okay, so and they can hack anything, you know. So they are the most dangerous, and they've been after me. There was CIA operatives pretending to be military officers at the base in Arizona, and so I've been dealing with this, and they've infiltrated different jobs I've been at. They've infiltrated different, you know, places I've worked. They've infiltrated. They'll infiltrate like places I order my stuff, or things that places I go. I've seen them at the gym watching me, stuff like that. I mean, they are the most dangerous, the intelligence agencies involving this whole thing. So, and Homeland Security is very highly involved. So anyway, I wanted to show you, so all these issues that I'm having with the police, okay, so they keep getting, you know, losing their funding, you know, locally here. But what's happening is the Homeland Security keeps refunding them. So, unfortunately, I have some of these people right in my own family that work with the CIA and Homeland Security, and I don't talk to them. And I didn't even know they were a part of all this type of stuff until the last several years, when it became obvious, because they no longer invite me to anything family related. Like I'm kind of the black sheep, you would say, so I don't get invited, and it's like weird because, you know, I always get along with the kids, but the adults no longer, it stopped inviting me to a lot of stuff, you know, many years back, and you know, only certain things, and it's like I never have any kind of get to have any like deep conversations or anything. It's always just like real shallow. It's like it's like everybody's on some other world than I am or something. So turns out, you know, I guess some of my own family members are involved in a lot of this stuff, and I wasn't aware, you know. So I had so when I drive my vehicle, they try to hack into my Bluetooth, and they've downloaded stuff off my phone that way. And so like this is an example. Put it up really close. Okay, it says Kelly Pearson. Kelly Pearson, that was a picture of my screenshot of my radio, you know, on my car. And they were they were hacking into my Bluetooth on my radio on my car, and downloading stuff off my phone. It's not Kelly Pearson, it's Lori Pearson. She was just using Kelly Pearson's name, but it's Lori Pearson is the one doing it, and she works for Homeland Security, and she's my cousin. Okay, and she lives right here in Hanover, Minnesota. So I got a CIA, so I have a Homeland Security. Homeland Security is involved in very much in working with the police. She says she's in human resource management. But yeah, she's just using Kelly's name. Kelly is her daughter. Kelly's not involved. She's just a screwed up kid. Okay, I mean, a lot of these people have screwed up kids because it's like hard to have parents that are involved in this type of stuff. So Lori Pearson lives in Hanover, Minnesota, and she's hacking my Bluetooth through my phone. She works for DHS, okay, locally here. So and the other thing is, like, why do we need a DHS in Minnesota? You know, why do we even need a DHS in Minnesota? You know, but yeah, there is a Homeland Security office here, and she says she works in Citizen and Immigration Services. You know, I don't really talk to a lot of my family anymore. You know, they don't talk to me, and I've never done anything to them until, you know, and then I started noticing all this stuff. And then when so when my car comes up, when the radio comes on, it says, somebody's trying to pair, it comes up, this thing comes up trying to pair your phone. Like they're always trying to pair my, I guess my phone through the Bluetooth. I don't really know what they're doing, but says somebody with a Galaxy phone was trying to pair. I don't own a Galaxy phone, you know. It says like I mean, all kinds of people are trying to, with different iPhones and stuff, we're trying to pair through my Bluetooth that day. So I just started taking screenshots of it. Okay, there's just more evidence, and and I've talked about this before, is that, you know, the CIA is absolutely 100% not supposed to be operating on U.S. soil. So anybody that is working with the CIA or associated with the CIA is on U.S. soil is committing treason. They're part of the deep state CIA. Okay, the CIA is a U.S. This is the job of the CIA. I've talked about this before. Is a U.S. government agency that provides objective intelligence on foreign countries and global issues to the President, the National Security Council, and other policymakers to help them make national security decisions. Okay, it's only supposed to involve national security. National security, anything that they are absolutely not supposed to be operating in any way, shape, or form on U.S. soil. Okay, so so anyway, I've been making these phone calls to this Amazon because I'm having all kinds of issues with getting my supplies right now, like just basic things that I order, some of it personal and some of it for business reasons. And so I've been making this phone call to Amazon, and like I said, they have. I don't believe that I was even talking to Amazon, so I'm trying to figure out how to make phone calls without it, being tapped by the Stingray and going to some other CIA office, because whoever I spoke to, if you can just look at the video from yesterday, and that's the second time I've called her, and she's like, yeah, I'm going to have the third party seller call you because you're missing a pump. Oh, no, never got an email. I never got one single email from Amazon. It's not Amazon that I'm talking to. It sounds really crazy what I'm saying here, but they're doing something to, I understand how crazy it is, but they're doing something to bounce my phone calls off a Stingray to a different office that I believe, it's like I've talked about this before. It's that Bureau of Criminal Management, and they're CIA agents pretending to be customer service. And so, no, I never got one single email from Amazon. I still haven't received the other part of my order. She said she was going to send it to a third-party person. This was, you can, this was yesterday. Yeah, there's no email from Amazon, and I still haven't received the other part of my order that I ordered. So I have a whole missing pump. It's not a small item, it's an expensive item. And I only received one instead of two. So, but I can't get a hold of the real Amazon customer service. And then I've tried the virtual. So I don't know how to get around this Stingray thing. But, all the police are just completely out of their minds. They're completely out of their minds. They, this is so illegal what they've done to me. Apparently it's not enough to pull me over 30, 40 times. You still have to continue to harass me. And you're using the Stingray, so I can't make phone calls. I can't look for work. I can't talk to friends. It bounces. I never know if I'm talking to the real person, or, they're hacking my phone all the time. Not allowing me to even have any kind of normal conversations with. Yeah, I can't call businesses. I can't call businesses and take care of business. They hack it. They send it to a different place. They're violating every single area of my life. Every single area that can be violated. They're trying to violate my ability to make money, have my get my supplies for my business. Let's see, you've pulled me over 30 some times, and then I had to bail myself out. They just keep trying to take money from me over and over and over again. There's this woman in Duluth that she is a targeted individual, or she's a woman that I guess is married to a cop in Duluth, and her name is
so my husband
Lisa Davis.
Just said the cops are at the door, and he said, "Why don't you answer the door?"
Well, go here, chicken shit, big
No,
mouth.
he's telling me I'm chicken shit, but you know what? He hit and ran a car when we were first dating. and they came.
Apparently, she's married to a cop, and he only lets her out once a month.
So that's okay now.
And then he called the cops on her.
Answer the door when he hit and ran a car when we were first dating. All part of the fucking psyops. His brother's a cop.
She's in Duluth.
But now,
and apparently, her husband only lets her out once a month.
The cops are at the door. Yeah, we just came home from.
And he calls the cops on her because he's a Mason and he's in cahoots with them.
Barely once a month, and we actually stopped for cocktails after I had a few cocktails. Maybe it had a little bit to do with my.
Anyway, her name is Lisa Davis, and she's like a targeted woman out of Duluth, I guess, married to a Mason or a cop or something, and she only gets to go out once a month. That's these Masons. It's all about control and power, and they take. They never give. They're takers. They take they'll try to take whatever they can from you, like Nazi mentality, and that's the way they all act. That's the way they all act. They're not givers. give and you shall receive. They're the opposite of Christianity. Okay, they just take. They never give anything back. It's always, or if they do, there's like some kind of manipulation going on behind it. Okay, so I figured them out for a long time now, the way they act, and they just can't. You can't ever trust them. They're Satanists, and they just, even if they do try to do something nice, it's in a manipulating type of way. And it would be hell to be in a relationship with somebody like that. It's very hard to have these people in my family, but I don't talk to them anymore. So, but then I had today. I can't. There was another item that I was ordered that I didn't get from one of these places I order my supplies. And they played the same game that Amazon is playing. They didn't put the full order in. Okay, so then I tried contacting them, and I at first okay, so at first I'm talking to this woman named Melissa Middleton, trying to find out the rest of my order, and then all of a sudden this lady, this other lady starts writing me back, named Melissa Runsnell, on Melissa Middleton's email, from Melissa Middleton's email, and she said she is the accounts manager. Okay, so here's this right here. Okay, so so she, I don't know if you can see it, but she's writing from this Melissa Middleton's email, but yet her name is Melissa Runsnell. Okay, and now and she says, no, this is Melissa Middleton, and it's like, okay, why all of a sudden are you, if you're the account manager, Melissa Runsnell, branch manager, why are you sending me emails from Melissa Middleton's email instead of your own email? And then she didn't respond, and then she referred me to somebody named Jason Bruns, I guess is the manager, but I didn't receive the full order. I just have a couple items missing. I've been a customer for years. It's not like I have like no history of making anything up. Like I would, like you could see normally if somebody's trying to scam somebody, there's a pattern of like, oh yeah, like as if I have some kind of pattern of making this up. Oh yeah, like I'm gonna make up that I didn't receive the whole order. I took pictures of the boxes. I said, no, not everything is in here. I just got the second box, and not everything is in here. Why would I make it up? I've been a customer for years, and they're just giving me the complete runaround. It's like, okay, I've been a customer for years, and you can't just, and why would there be a reason why you wouldn't believe me? I've been a customer for years. I have no pattern. And then you got, some woman, and so, this is like, these are games. If you remember, I did that video about what happened at the court here, at Ridgedale Court. I had sent a document trying to file a motion to dismiss this one dumb traffic stop. I mean, it's nonstop for me, the harassment. Okay, so I had filed, that's what I was, so I had filed this letter, addressed directly to the Ridgedale Court, and also I had dropped it off at the prosecutor office in Burnsville. So I dropped it off 2 places, and then they tried to say it was never filed, and then it says on the post tracking number I showed this, it says it was picked up by an agent in Hopkins. Okay, so I believe that we have CIA agents that are literally like infiltrating everywhere. What is this, like a CIA agent infiltrating this supplier office now, acting like a manager? The agent over at Ridgedale, she said she was the head of court administration over there. They always act like they're the head of everything, and they just they infiltrate and they take over. And so all of a sudden, this woman started emailing me out of nowhere. I've never heard from her. I've never dealt with her before. Instead of this Melissa Middleton. And I was like, okay, who is this now? And why are you using Melissa Middleton's email? If you're the branch manager, why aren't you accounts manager? Why aren't you sending me an email from your email address? You're using Melissa Middleton's email. I mean, acting like her. You know, I mean, it was just totally bizarre. I mean, these are the type of things I've been noticing and catching him on this stuff all the time. You know, because they always play the same games. They've been playing the same games with me for years. So, you know, they'll infiltrate a certain area. I believe, you know, like I had issues with it at the VA, right at the VA, and they, you know, and it's always the same games they try to play. It's always the same script, you know. And so at the other thing they try to play is they try to purposely make you upset because they know that I have PTSD. I'm a disabled veteran, so they'll purposely try to make you upset so you get riled up so they can get some footage on you or some documentation on you that you are mentally unstable, or you are the game they play is let's see if we can get a disorderly charge on her. She's disorderly in public. I don't play these games. I'm very calm and collect, and I don't get upset in public. I don't, you know, just don't play into any of their games. This is the games they all play. You know, they try to, so if you're the type of person that has PTSD or whatever, you get upset easy. This is the games that the Masons play and the CIA. And what they're trying to do is entrap you into getting upset so they can get some kind of a charge on you and throw you in jail. And then you'll be on this whole cycle with the courts. Okay, so they constantly play those type of games. Like that's the game they were playing at the VA last time I was there, as they wouldn't check me into my appointment. And she's sitting there like writing a book essay or something, like 10 minutes into my appointment. And she makes me almost miss my appointment, you know, because she wouldn't check me in. And so she was purposely just trying to make me mad. And I believe it was a CIA agent there. Because when I got out of my appointment, she was no longer there. She was no longer there. I had written some emails and stuff about what happened. And she took off. Like, I mean, I think she knows. They must know that what they're doing is treason. And if you don't, then you're about as dumb as they come. You know, I mean, you must obviously know that it's treason and crimes against humanity. You're not supposed to be operating on U.S. soil. You're certainly not supposed to be operating on a government office trying to fraud and harass veterans right at the VA. You think that's not a crime? And you think you're going to be unpunished for that? You know, these people, you know, have another... They're completely like they've gotten away with murder for so long that they think they're untouchable. And so I'm just trying to... You know, I've had this happen to me for so long, and it's like a miracle that I survived this. So I'm just trying to teach others on other games that they play. I have documentation. I show documentation. You know, so it's not like my word against them. I have documentation that this is happening to me, and I've shown it on many videos. So you know, you can't say that I'm making this up, and you know. The same kind of stuff keeps happening to me, so it's not like it's like just out of nowhere. It's the same pattern that they always play. So that's what I just want to convey today. But yeah, I mean this. So at the highest level, who's doing all these horrible things besides the Air Force, DARPA, and the CIA? I mean, it is the CIA. It's these intelligence agencies all over the world. And they're the ones working with the elites and the New World Order. So they are the enemy on the highest levels. So I just wanted to convey that today. And Homeland Security. They're working with the CIA as well as the FBI. They're all in cahoots, you know, with this whole agenda. Again, they're trying to take down our country. I mean, it's pretty clear, you know. They're trying to take down our country. So, okay.